What's going on, guys? Let me take these things off. I don't need them on my head right now. I don't need these either. Oh, I'm gonna have to get a haircut at some point. It's starting to drive me crazy. I have to keep it out of my eyes or it gets a little overwhelming, dude. What are you guys up to this Sunday morning? The old Wolf here, man, he got up super early. Actually, I think I only slept like 3 hours last night. Hopefully, you guys slept better. So, I have a few things I wanted to go over here. Just some general stuff and probably some just like ramblings as well. So yeah, I've been kind of all over the place this past week or two. Trying to figure out my overall game plan here of what I want to do. I'm really debating on whether I want to stay here where I'm at, living the country life here, kind of semi-country. It's kind of close to town, but I need to get my game plan going because I've been thinking maybe once I do get my pension resolved through the military, I'm gonna seriously be thinking about going up to Alaska and getting a little spot of land up there, right? Nothing on it, and just going up there and living completely off the grid. I'm completely off the grid. I'm not talking. I'm talking about nothing. No internet, no nothing, dude. And just going old school, really going back to the roots of it all. The only problem that I have and why I'm trying to think of the plan of it, if it's going to be feasible, is my health, right? Because I've got a jacked arm, which I could get the surgeries for it, but at the same time, there's a risk involved with that surgery. And my back seems to be doing a little better, but yeah, I definitely tweaked the back as well. So I'm hoping no surgeries for that. But I gotta be mindful here, right? So you got to think about that. If I took off and sold everything here and went up and did that, if my health was bad, there's no way that's going to happen, right? I can't be off the grid because there's nobody going to come get you. But at the same time, hell, there's guys in their fucking 60s and 70s that are up there that are living like mountain men right now. I don't know. It's just that, here more and more as time goes by, I become more and more uh, socially uh, broken, I guess you could say. Not really broken. That's the wrong term, man. Just I don't really. It's like I've played that game, and I played it hard, and I played it long. But it's like I'm at that point. Me personally, in my thinking, in my mind frame, is that I'm done with all of that, man. I've pretty much accepted the fact that I'm not going to ever be married. I'm not ever going to hold down a full-time committed relationship, right? That's not in the books for me. Apparently, it's not in the books at all because I've had nothing but major issues the whole time. Nothing but major issues, man. And that's counting all areas of the social spectrum. You know what I mean? Um, Maybe it was my military service that fucked me over from that. I don't know. I don't really like making excuses for anything. I think in this world we live in right now, there's too many people floating around that just, they don't hold themselves accountable for anything, right? They want to blame everything else and everyone else for their fuck ups. Now, with me, that's how I've always been. I was the one that signed up to go into the military. I was the one that chose to do that. I was the one that also chose to make that my career. So yeah, I hold none of them at fault. I do hold the VA and the government at fault for fucking over the veterans, though, for not giving them their due, right? So, but anyway, enough about that. I'm not going to go too much in depth with that stuff. But needless to say, it's not been pretty for me. I'm barely getting by out here, dude, with the expenses and all that shit, you know? But I mean, I get by. I get by. It's not like I'm fucking homeless or anything, you know? Or, you know, not that I would care. Shit. I'd be fine either way, dude. See, look at that. I yawned. Yeah, I mean, that was all my choices, right? I was the one that decided to do all that. Now it's, there is none of that going back and crying over the past, you know? Because what fucking good does that do anybody? What good has it ever done? Nobody likes whiners or crybabies, dude. Just keep it to yourself. Cry internally. Our society's been telling guys that it's, you know, bad to be a man and to be more like a woman. Use your emotions and feelings instead of your common sense and your logical brain. They want to call it toxic masculinity, whatever the fuck, you know what I mean? It's called being a man. It's called having a dick and balls and testosterone and just being a fucking man. Let the boys be boys. You know what I mean? And let men have their fucking space. That's one of the reasons right there. You hear the way I'm talking, that's why I'm not married. I've only ever had girlfriends, man, because at, you know, a certain point after you've been with someone, because let's all be honest here, when you're first getting to know someone, you don't know shit about them. You know absolutely fucking nothing. You're only hearing what's coming out of their mouth that they're telling you, right? That works, you know, everybody's like that, I guess. That I found out. I guess I was raised different, man. Let's just say a lot of potential dates don't become dates because of my brutal honesty, right? Like I'm not afraid, dude. I had this one. We went out on a date, and I think we went out to eat. I forget where. I think it was at Hard Rock, right? We went to Hard Rock because we wanted to go to the casino. And no, I didn't spend money, which was another thing. She didn't like that either. Well, I mean, I got dinner, right? I got dinner. Come on, I'm not that bad. And anyway, we went to the casino part, right? And she sits down and she's gonna play this machine, right? And I'm like getting ready to walk off. I was gonna go hit another machine across the way from her, and she drops her money in the machine, hits it, and then she turns around and just like out of the blue, she's like, "Do you think I'm pretty?" And the woman was 30 years old, dude. It's not how she asked. I know it wasn't. Do you think I'm pretty? She asked it. Do you like the? She was wearing this kind of funky ass looking dress, right? I would say it's a. I thought it was a fucking weird. I don't know, man. It was like a dress, but it was more like a fucking lingerie. And I guess my body language and my, you know, I wouldn't say anything, but the way I was acting, I think it pretty much showed off. And she picked up on it. And I just told her, I said, well, I wouldn't go out and, you know, on a first date or in public in general in my underwear, you know, and my fucking nightgown or my underwear or my lingerie. She didn't like that at all, dude. And I was glad it was over. I've been on several dates that kind of went like that, man. Now there's some women that love the honesty. There's some women that love the honesty, right? It's all about timing, man. It's all about timing. You don't want to be too honest all up front too soon. But you do want to be honest in all of your interactions. Do not set yourself up for later tragedy, for later embarrassment. I've had several friends, man. Younger friends, and I've tried to tell them many times, man, but they don't. The younger people, they really, majority of them, they really don't care to hear what the elders have to say. They don't want your advice, which is fine. Hell, I was probably the same way. No, I take that back. I did listen to the elders, man. But just be honest in all of your interactions, but you don't have to go in too much fucking detail. Don't talk too much. Don't say too much. Don't try to fucking spill everything out or jack yourself up just in hopes that you're going to get laid, right? You got to be strategical about that, dude. Sure, you can work your game. If that's what you're trying to do is just get laid, then work your game. Just don't do it too hard, man. Because that shit will come back and bite you in the ass, man. They'll use that on you. They'll use that shit on you, dude. These women nowadays, they don't fuck around, dude. They're all they're tied in together with each other. And you know what? It doesn't matter what size of town you're in, city or small town, man. They're all connected to each other, dude. You fuck up one and then they're all going to be, yep, relaying like a bunch of chipmunks to themselves. Yeah, he did this, he did that. Yeah. I know all the games, man. I know all the games that's played. I know all that shit. That's why, for me, I chose the option to be brutally honest. And I am. I don't hold anything back. I know what I want in a relationship. I know what I'm tolerant of, and I know goddamn well what I'm not tolerant of. And what I'm not tolerant of is bullshit, lies, fake shit. You know what I mean? Especially that. And if I see that in a potential date, man, I'm just going to say, I'm going to tell you. I'm going to come out and tell you and let you know, because why beat around the bush, dude? I'm not really all in it for the fucking sex, dude. I'm not out trying to just get laid, you know what I mean? I've got other things, I'm thinking about long term, the long game. I'm not looking at all, but I will say that if the right one, and it would be very rare for that to happen. Because with me, I don't know. I think it's just me. It's my personality. But you know what? I've been across all spectrums. I've tried it with a couple of bad ones, and the one main relationship that I had, the only real one, what I consider, yeah, and she was a good girl, man. She was a good girl. There was nothing bad about her. It's just that I was, I don't know, man. I have those tendencies. I have times where, I'm going to need my space, and she just didn't. And I don't blame her, because I was bad at that time. When I was with her was right after I got out of the military. And I was rough, man. I was rough when I got out. I'm not going to fucking joke, man. I was not a nice guy. I mean, I wasn't a mean guy. I didn't go out of my way. I was just very reserved, withdrawn. I wasn't social at all with her, which led to problems with like her friends and stuff. You know what I mean? We had a really nice house. God, I miss that house. We lived in Tulsa. And yeah, we had a really nice house, man. It's beautiful, man. I had a nice big office in there. It was spacious. But it was, it was in Tulsa. It was in the city, so. But yeah, when that one broke apart, I think that one got killed because we lost a baby, right? That was the one time where I thought I was going to have a family, right? And I did, because she had had a kid from a previous marriage, and she was very young, and you know, it worked out perfect, right? There was issues, yeah. I had to deal with that. That's another thing, guys. Don't really try to mess with single moms unless you're. I don't know. I'm not going to tell anybody what to do, man. If that's your thing, go do it. I'm not going to try to give advice. I'm just talking about me personally, right? Sharing my experience. But yeah, we were together for 3 years, and she got pregnant the first year we were together. Towards the end of the first year, so it would have been the second year we were together, close to it. She got pregnant towards the yeah, the first year we were together, and then halfway through, there was complications, and yeah, so we lost the baby. And that was rough, man. That was rough. That was like probably the that was a breaking point in my life. I think that was probably when even worse than some of the military stuff that I went through. I would put it probably even higher than that. It hit me hard, man. And then because I was already withdrawn, and then after that happened, I pretty much shut down, man. I ended up packing a bag, and hell, I don't even think I packed a bag, man. I remember I got in the car, and I didn't tell her anything or nothing, dude. I took off. She was distant too, man. It was rough on her as well, and she was spending time with her friends mostly. So, and yeah, I took off and left Tulsa after that, and I never went back. I went out to California, and I really went into seclusion then, man. Internally, I did. You know what? I totally closed myself off, and after that, after her and going through all that and losing the baby, I after I left, there was like a period of maybe like a 6 months there where it was just all foggy, man. Like I was just kind of drifting around. I was basically homeless. I mean, I wasn't homeless. I was living in out of my car, right? I mean, I was working and stuff. That's what I wanted to do at the time, right? And I was just kind of drifting around, and I did that, and then I ended up coming back to Oklahoma, and but before that, well, let's just say I was self focused for like 12 years after that. I didn't have no relationships after that. I avoided it like nothing. I avoided it all, man. I worked and everything, but I was just very laser focused, right? I didn't really socialize. It wasn't until when I came here to Stillwater is when I don't know. You know, I ran into that was the younger woman that I dated. I ran into her, and I don't know. It kind of opened me up a little bit, and I thought, well, maybe I could try again. And so I tried with her, and that was a horrible nightmare. That was a horrible nightmare. She was way too young for me. Uh, I was acting more like a fucking teenager, you know, running around doing stupid shit. And it just got to the point where I was like, what the fuck am I doing, man? The fuck am I doing? Don't get me wrong, the sex was great, but goddamn, man, I couldn't tolerate the nagging and the whining and the games and the bullshit, dude. So I literally had to fucking give her the boot too. Actually, I got lucky with her, dude, because um, she lost her job here in Stillwater, and she ended up getting another job out of town, away, long ways from here. And I was like, yes. That didn't stop her from stalking me, though, dude. She did for a long time. And then not too long after that, you thought I would have learned after that, but then I tried again. But after that one, man, I accepted it. I was like, okay, well, this is how it's going to be, man. My sanity and my uh, happiness level is going to be based on never getting in relationships. But anyway, I'm going to get off here. I hope you guys have a great Sunday. Try to stay out of trouble. And I'll see you guys all when I put up my next Divinity Original Sin game. So hopefully you'll check it out. Bye, guys.